Okay, so we're going to have a look at the art activity record sheet, and at the top there you can see that I have a few resources that would be useful to you in filling this in. One being Pinterest, and the other being the blog that keeps a record of the work that was being done in class, but also work that's historical, so it goes back to last year. So it'll help you with filling this in. So let's look at what you would need to be doing filling this in. So fill in the date, the week number, whether you attended or not. If you're working in a group as a participant, name those participants. The title of the activity. So for example, it might be Body Island. And the date, let's go back up there, we'll just put it in just for the sake of doing it. Okay. And the week number, I think it's week 3. And attended, yes. Okay. So the general aim of the activity, again, we discussed this in class about what the general activity, the aim of the activity would be. So one of the aims of the Body Island is to work as a group, to create a group art based on that. Okay. Okay, so the learning objectives of the activity then, what are the things that come out of that? So learning to work as a group would be one. Okay. Maybe the other things might be discovering new art materials that you haven't worked with before. It might be learning to negotiate in the group and so on. And those are also discussed as well within the blog, so you need to look at that and be in class as well when we have discussions about it. Materials used, those are the actual materials that you've used, so paper, pens, that kind of thing. So within this then, suitable for what age group? So we would say pretty much from all groups up, all age groups, adapted. So suitable for group or individual, mostly group, but can be, but could be for individual as well. So the level of artistic skill, you know, fairly low, I would have thought. So instructions. So this is where you describe the instructions as if you were telling someone what to do. So what would you tell someone at the beginning of the session? How long would this take? So about 5 minutes, 5 minutes maybe, beginning there, and describe as you were telling someone what to do, what would be the middle instructions and what would be the end instructions. So include things like clear up, care of equipment, so health and safety kind of things where things need to be put away. So how long that would take as well, so put in the length of time you think that might take. Variations on the activities, so Body Island, any other ideas you have in terms of how you could do that differently. So I want those ideas in there, and that has to come from you. And go and have a look on the internet, look at videos, look at images. Don't be afraid to pop in your images into here as well. Special precautions, anything you need to think about in terms of that area there, so sharp equipment, knives, scissors and so on. So in this area then I want you to comment on what you think, what are your comments in relation to thinking, what is happening within the activity in relation to thinking, emotion, creativity, what are your observations, imagination, in terms of memory and symbols. So I want you to have a look at those and learning as well, maybe to identify particular learning for yourself. What is it that you've learned from doing the activity? Lots of space in there to add in images. So one of the ways to do it is to insert picture, and just to pick a picture. I'm going to pick one there, insert. So don't be afraid to pop images in wherever you think they need to maybe illustrate something about what you're saying along the way. So it might be, if you were to put them in the instructions, you might have an image of what you did in class, and maybe to pop that in there might be good. Okay.